What's going on, everybody? I'm finally ready to review Celine's Nightclubbing. This fragrance I fell in love with originally back in the summer. I received a sample along with another purchase that I did online, and I couldn't stop smelling it. The sample was maybe 2 to 3 ml. Used it pretty quickly, but before I had even tried it, the sample had leaked a little bit into the plastic bag it came in, so I kind of already knew what it smelled like before I even sprayed it. But it was a really nice scent. And finally I received this bottle maybe 3 weeks ago, maybe even a month ago, and I've been using it quite a bit. I would say at least 15 days now that I've used this, whether it's going to work, going to bed, just hanging out at home, going out to run errands. I've used it in all occasions, and I believe that this is a great all-around scent and really beautiful. But let's get to the notes, and then we'll talk a little bit more about this. This perfume, the name, I originally thought Nightclubbing was going to be a kind of like a party fragrance, you know, really loud and bold, very, you know, Acquadigio / Eros style. But turns out it was a different kind of nightclub. The name comes from, or the inspiration comes from a really popular nightclub in Paris during the 80s and 90s. And their website says, a perfume for nightbirds fed by the memory of Parisian nights during the Palace and Bondouche era. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly, but basically it was this like the club to go to hang out, to drink, to smoke, all of that during the 80s and 90s in Paris. I believe now the club has now turned into a hotel, but they did decide to kind of capture the essence of that club, and I will kind of get into what kind of notes I pick up in a second. Another brand has done this before as well. I believe Diptyque did, I think it was Orpheon, which was also named after a club, and it has a similar, you know, inspiration. I smelled Orpheon when it launched maybe a year or two ago, and I really enjoyed it, but I do need to revisit it. But without further ado, let's get into the note breakdown. So Celine has this listed, or has the notes listed are galbanum, white orris butter, patchouli, tree moss, vanilla, and musk. And that it's kind of what you get, you know, you kind of pick up everything in this. No perfumer is listed, but upon initial spray, also let's get into the actual bottle itself. This is one of my favorite bottles now of all time. It's really beautiful. If you have never seen these bottles, they are magnetic, just like Dior's, just like Chanel's, and whoever else creates magnetic caps, Les Abstraits. So really beautiful square bottom here with these ridges here. And this is the 100 ml bottle size. They offer 200 ml. In the past, this 100 ml used to cost 240 USD. Recently, maybe I think December or January, the price increased to 255. So already there's been a price increase on Celine. I don't know if they saw like the uptick in popularity of fragrances at the moment, and that they are selling like crazy, or if they're trying to cut costs or you know, gain cost and all that stuff. Who knows? But really beautiful reflections here on the light. Again, this is 100 ml, and this is a 75 ml Le Lion bottles, just for comparison on size. The Celine is shorter, but it's a little bit wider as well. but they do look great next to each other. I'm sure the 200 ml Chanel's look great as well, but I just have this. Actually, I'm picking up another bottle of this on Friday. I'm meeting someone locally that's selling their Le Lion, and I'm really excited for that. I've purchased a second bottle of this before, and I ended up selling it quickly after, but we'll see if I keep the second bottle of Le Lion, or maybe I'll sell this one and keep the full bottle, who knows. But Celine Nightclubbing, let's go with the spray. I already put one on my wrist earlier. I wore some last night as well, but pretty nice atomizer on this one. So it sprays quite a bit. You have your C's up here. Trying to get that, but and then the magnetic cap snaps on pretty nicely. And there's the C's as well. It's kind of hard to capture with the sun in the background, but the opening is very, very harsh. I get a little bit of cigarettes in here, you know, very ashy opening. I think that's the galbanum and the moss working together to create this kind of accord that's very smoky. That smoke is very rough in the beginning. I would say for the first 10 minutes, it's a very abrasive smoke that's kind of choppy a little bit, but that quickly dissipates into a very nice musky vanilla base that's really amazing, and I would say almost leans gourmand. This is not classified as a gourmand. This is classified as an amber perfume, which I do pick up the amber in the very beginning as well. And the orris is very creamy as well. Blends well with the vanilla in there. Those two always do a great combination together. I believe Mustasab also has orris and vanilla. I believe Eugene's brand has one of those as well with Belam. I have not smelled that yet, but I will get my hands on it one day. But I really enjoy this. Really, really beautiful scent. I do have another Celine coming in tomorrow. I ordered black tie as well, so I'll be reviewing that. Notes on Nightclubbing and black tie, they share similarities, but I'm curious to see what the differences are. I'm sure there's quite a bit of difference considering they're selling, you know, two fragrances, but I don't know if I don't know how far apart they were released, but this was released in 2019, and I'm smelling my wrist right now, and it's just a really beautiful scent. If you haven't got your nose on Celine, I highly recommend you do. If you like amber fragrances, buttery vanilla fragrances, this will be the one to do. This does feel very, you know, elevated, elegant type of perfume. But like I said, I've worn this, you know, anything you can think of. I was washing dishes a second ago, and you know, I had some on my wrist just so I could kind of prep myself for this review. I've worn this to work. I've worn this on nights out. So far, no one has said anything about it, so it's more of a projections, you know, not out of this world, but it's more of a close quarter sense. So if you're gonna be close to someone, hugging someone, you know, they will definitely smell it. I would say this is a very safe, and I say that lightly, but I feel like this is a very safe fragrance to where you won't offend anybody. You won't have any negative reactions, I don't think. Galbanum is really nice in this one. Very, I guess spicy. I don't want to say spicy, but you do have those like rough edges on there that I really enjoy. But if you've smelled Celine, Nightclubbing, what do you think about it? I do plan on getting more from the line. Got this one, black ties on the way. I do need reptile, and then the new one that just came out. I keep forgetting the name of that one, but I'll leave it at that. If you have any questions, let me know. This does have, it's not a completely linear fragrance. It does kind of evolve, but it's very, basically you have a top and then you got your base. There's really no middle point. At least it blends very well where you don't really notice it. You kind of just have that harsh beginning, and then the dry down is very warm, comforting, vanilla, creamy, you know, good stuff. So I will let you guys go, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.